Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Monday Motivational Moments. And this is the first of a series of very quick chats with my good friend and my, who was my lymphedema specialist, Ms. Kelly Bonino. She's here with us today to share her nuggets of wisdom as she shared so many times with me when I sat in her office and cried sometime. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela Moore, and I am a third year breast cancer survivor. And and I'm also the founder of Fashion Inspirations Incorporated. And it is our goal to really just educate, motivate, celebrate, and encourage women and men who've gone through breast cancer. I know some men that have gone through breast cancer. I have a cousin that did. And so this is our goal, and this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a perfect opportunity to just share some nuggets to really encourage and motivate those who've gone through the struggle, those who are going through the struggle, to know that there is life after cancer, and there is a full and productive life. So I'm just going to allow Kelly to just share some of the nuggets that she shared with me that were really life changing. I just want you to know that. I didn't mention Kelly is the co-owner of Be Strong Therapy Services, and they have an excellent practice. And if you are looking for a lymphedema specialist, an occupational specialist, because she's a licensed occupational therapist, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
You can look for Be Strong Therapy Services, and I guarantee you they'll take good care of you, because Kelly certainly took good care of me. All right, Kelly, it's on you.
Thank you. I would like to share a little bit about, can you hear me first of all?
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to share a little bit about how this sort of started, that you and I talk on the phone on a semi-regular basis, that we're always looking for ways to motivate women and men, and ways to get education out there, ways to continue to sort of move this community forward, to make a community and build a community here in Tallahassee that is supportive of breast cancer patients, especially in this month that we celebrate breast cancer survivors. And I think my personal mission and the mission of Be Strong really started when I met a lot of women like you. I started off as an occupational therapist, and then I had the opportunity to become a certified lymphedema therapist. And I quickly realized that most of my patients were cancer survivors and breast cancer survivors specifically, and that most of these patients were really my favorite patients to treat because most of them just want to get back to their life. They just want to get back to living their life, and they're not really sure what they're allowed to do and when they're allowed to do it. There's some hesitancy there. A lot of women are scared after having a cancer diagnosis. And I really feel like one of the things we need to do is just kind of help these women figure out what life looks like after cancer, what matters, because after having a cancer diagnosis, a lot of people tell me how precious time is and how every day is a new day. It's a blessing. And they want to live every day to its fullest, but sometimes they're not sure how to do that. And so we really want to try to create a community where women feel supported, where they have the opportunity to ask questions, even tough questions, and then get answers to how do I get back to living my life. I'm going to call you out a little bit, and we're going to talk about one of the times that you texted me and you said, "Hey, my family's going bowling, and I know you told me to like go live my life, but I also don't want to injure myself, and I'm using my arms again, and I feel strong and I feel good, but I just want to make sure that I'm not going to cause myself to have any complications. I'm not going to develop lymphedema if I go bowling." And what did I say? I said, "Yeah, you got to go live your life. Like,
Right.
you went through all of that cancer treatment. You went through surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, and you went through it like a champ." And I see women all the time who, I mean, they put on the brave face, they fight hard, they really go through hell to survive and to live. And then they come out the other side with a lot of questions, uncertainty, um, sort of losing track of themselves too and their confidence. And so we really just want to tell women that you are a fighter and you went through all of this for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
that you can get back to doing the things that matter. You can go bowling. You can go, I forget, you asked me if you could go kayaking or something one time. And I have women that ask me that. They're like, I used to run marathons. Can I still go run marathons? And the answer is yes, but let's help you get there. And then all of those things that matter, like being a mother and being a wife. And women want to do those things, and we want to just be there to help support them, and tell them that there's life after cancer. There's a happy life. There is a life where you have lots of joy and you get to engage, and you even develop new friendships sometimes, because you find that there are so many women in our community who've been in their shoes. And sometimes we're the people that kind of help connect them. I know you are. You've put a lot of people kind of in touch with each other. You've been there when I've had questions, because I haven't had a cancer diagnosis. And so I speak from experience as a clinician and as somebody who's kind of been on the support team. But it's really nice to have somebody like yourself who's sort of walked through that path and come out the other side to go bowling, to put out new record albums and things, to be so engaged in life, and to be living it so fully. And so it's really nice to have you as a resource, where I have those women that are just coming out of, chemotherapy, and their hair starting to come back. They're uncertain if they'll ever be, in their vision, beautiful again, feel attractive again, do the things they want to. And so I get to put them in contact with somebody like yourself, and you are so inspirational to these women, to show them that you can absolutely engage, and have a full life and still do all of those things.
And one of the things I have to say is that after experiencing or going through the breast cancer journey, one of the things it does is it focuses you. Some of those
Yes.
things that you wanted to do that you didn't do before you got into this, you say, you know what? I'm going to do this. And you set
Yeah.
your mind to do it. There are some things that I had been planning to do for years that I just couldn't pull together. Well, suddenly I got focused and it happened. I was able to accomplish some things a year after I was proclaimed, as I call it, cancer free, that I hadn't been able to do for 5 or 6 years, just wasn't focused enough. But it gives
Mhm.
you some, I've heard some women actually say that having breast cancer saved their life.
Yeah.
And that's because sometimes we're just kind of aimlessly going through life. And
Okay.
when you have a life threatening experience, you find out that life is precious. Every day is a gift, and you make the best of all you have in your life to experience. So that's what it really did for me. And I remember, Kelly, it wasn't kayaking, it was tennis.
Can
It
I
was
play
tennis.
tennis? Yes. Yes, please go play tennis. Go live your life.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted. I remember one of the things that Kelly asked me when I started coming to her. What are your goals? What do you want to get back to doing? And tennis was one of the things I wanted to do. And I also told her, I'm not good, but I like to play. I'm not good at all, but I like to play. I like the competition. I just like it.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I wanted to get back to doing. I wanted to be able to go swing a golf club with my husband. Golfing's not my game, but it's his game. And so I wanted to be able to share that with him. And I got back to doing that. I should send you some pictures of me in my golf outfit. It's all about the outfit.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, Kelly, what would you say though is one of the greatest fears that women you've encountered have had after they've had breast cancer, as far as being able to live their lives? Because I know that, and I was sharing with a friend today that when I started seeing you, I could barely lift my arm higher than. Can you see me? Higher
Yeah.
than this, and it took months, but I was able to completely extend my arm. I couldn't reach the top counter, the top cabinet in my house.
Right.
Um, but through working through it, because you have to get a determination, and that's what I really kind of want to stress with those who are struggling with, or those who have gone through it. You have to have a determination and decide that, you know what, I'm gonna win this.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think that's really important to know that, to go in with a mindset of, I'm going to win this.
Yep. I would say that from the very beginning, I've been doing this for a little over 10 years. And from the very beginning, I have had patient after patient who told me that through their cancer diagnosis, they, again, like you were saying, found a new appreciation for life. That every minute mattered to them. Every day was more important. That they had a new determination. And the people that have said that to me, I had one woman who was given 6 months to live, and I met her 5 years past that day. And she said, they can't find cancer in my body at this point. And she said, but it was because I decided at that moment that I had been living in this sort of fog of just going through the grind, the day to day, making it from one day to the next. And when they gave me that diagnosis, I all these people started coming out and telling me how much they loved me. They were bringing me meals. When I lost my hair, people were, telling me they would pray for me or they would think about me or whatever. And she said, and I realized for the first time how many people loved me and how many people cared if I got well. And I had felt so isolated before that. And
Wow.
then once I had this diagnosis, she said there was just person after person after person showing me love and kindness. And it gave me a renewed sense of life. And she said, and here I am 5 years later, living my best life. And I remember her, and I remember all of the women along the way who have had a determination to get well or to live life to the fullest. I had another patient who was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, and her determination was to see her 11-year-old son become an adult. And when I met her, she was going to his wedding. He was 21.
Wow.
And she had literally, through determination, perseverance, and just, I'm going to do this, had gotten that to that place in her life. And she was happy, and she felt like every day was a blessing and a gift. And not that that's the case all the time. I do tell women frequently that you can be simultaneously grateful to be alive and a little bit upset that you've been diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
That just because you're grateful to be here doesn't mean that you're not just a little bit pissed off too. That we're adults and we have complex emotions,
Right.
and that it's not going to be that you wake up every day after a cancer diagnosis and think, I'm just lucky to be alive and be in the best mood. But there is this sort of mindset, like you said, of this determination, this, I'm going to get something done today that's meaningful. I'm going to live today the best I can in the best way I can. And that turns into a week, and then that week turns into a month, and then that month turns into 6.
Right.
And we're seeing more and more women survive stage 4 breast cancer diagnosis for decades. And so, I tell everybody today could be the last day for any of us. Every day is a gift.
Right. Right.
But if you've been diagnosed with cancer, don't think that tomorrow's your last day. Try to live every day with some determination, some setting some goals. And they don't even need to be lofty goals, but having a purpose and having goals um, and kind of having a meaningful life, it's really important. And there are people like myself and mental health counselors that are trained to help get you to that place, because it's not always something that people can do on their own. And then support groups and connections where we set women up with other women who've been there. Those things are super helpful in the recovery process.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I am certainly grateful to have had you in my life during that time period of my life. And we went beyond the patient therapist mode, and we started doing things like having lunch and things like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm so excited that we have a friendship, and I really truly
Yes.
appreciate you, Kelly, for all that you did for me and so many other women. Um, I we said we'd only be 15 minutes. We're at 14 minutes right now.
Well,
So
and I would also like to say thank you to you. Like I tell all of my students, when somebody has been diagnosed with cancer and they let a healthcare professional in the room and they let us take up part of their time, it's really meaningful, because, like, every minute matters. And I have taken up a lot of your minutes. And so I'm grateful to you because you've taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from you. We've together, I think, tried to build a bigger community, tried to bring a couple of communities together. So I applaud you and I thank you for allowing me to kind of help you on this journey. So, and to make it fun.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, and cute.
Well, thank you to all of those who have joined us for our very first Monday motivational moment. It's a tongue twister. And we're going to be coming on each Monday for the remainder of this month. We may have different guests to come on and share each week, but just know that this coming Monday and the Monday after that, I don't know the dates right off the top of my head, but we'll be here 7 p.m. and just having some chats about the fact that there is life after breast cancer. You can have a full, healthy, happy, productive life. And that's the message that we wanted to bring tonight. So thank you so much. I want to invite you all to like and share the Fashion Inspirations Incorporated page. And tell your friends, tell a survivor, tell a warrior that's going through the journey right now to join us. And also be ready for October 22nd. We're going to have a panel discussion that will talk about our topic. The topic is going to be the breast cancer journey, a family affair. All right. So you don't want to miss that. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be Sunday, October 24th at 5 o'clock p.m. It'll be on Facebook Live as well. So thank you so much for joining us. Kelly, thank you so much for coming in. Once again, I want to mention Be Strong Therapy Services. I promise you, they are a wonderful group of therapists that will take good care of you. So I am so grateful for you. Thank you, Thersha. Thank you, Geraldine. Thank you, LaShonda. Arnett, my husband, he always supports me in anything that I do. And any of my family that may be on that didn't put a chat on, thank you so much. Tell a friend, and we'll be back next Monday. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.